Thankfully, we live in a time where homosexuality is becoming more and more accepted. While that's great, a lot of fictional media still likes to present homosexuality as just that. But one small town in America likes to buck this trend. Welcome to wait, wrong thing. Well, I have a theory. So that opening sentence probably left you somewhat confused, and that's fine. This time a year ago I would have had no clue what I was on about, and I barely have any clue about what I'm on about right now. Yet now I am a different person, for my mind has been introduced to Night Vale and the stories that come with it. But I still hear you all saying, Patrick, where is this town? Well, to answer that, Night Vale is here. Or here? Maybe here. Let me explain. Night Vale is a fictional town from the popular podcast Welcome to Night Vale. It is located in the middle of a desert somewhere in the American Southwest. What makes Night Vale such a unique place is all the paranormal activities and unexplainable phenomenon that happen there on a daily basis. Being such as a dog park where no dogs are allowed but hooded figures roam free, and a high schooler growing a second head and having his original head removed as his mother thought the new head was more attractive, are all just mundane everyday occurrences. The way we hear about the stories and events from Night Vale are through the town's community radio station and the station's host, Cecil Palmer. It is Cecil who I want to talk about today. He is more than just the narrator of the podcast. His story is told to us just like the stories of all the other citizens of the town. One of Cecil's story arches through the podcast is his relationship with Carlos the scientist. The podcast starts with the two of them meeting and Cecil falling in love at first sight, to Carlos realising he feels the same way and the two becoming Night Vale's hottest couple. What I find so interesting about this is that through the entire podcast's run, there has not been one mention of Cecil being gay, one mention of him being in an openly gay relationship, or in fact any reference to homosexuality at all. I can't even actively remember hearing the word gay in the podcast, but I haven't re-listened to the entire show for the sake of this video, so I may be wrong. This is what makes Cecil, and well Carlos of course, but I'm primarily focusing on Cecil for this video, so unique in the world of fiction that despite being gay, that is not his main character trait. Think of a gay male in an older television show. Usually they're stereotypically flamboyant and over the top. Of course, as I said, that was in older television and things weren't quite as liberal as they are now. Luckily now, fictional gay characters in television are shown in a much different light. Speaking of light, the lighting sucks. Today it's a bit dark, but it's kind of a Halloween special, so it kind of works out. But anyway, when I think of a well-represented gay character in fictional television, I always think of Oscar from the US Office. While, yes, he is gay, this is not the main thing about his character, but there are, however, an episode or two about him being gay, and references to his sexuality littered throughout the series. And of course, I can't talk about homosexuality in modern television without mentioning Orange is the New Black, which I haven't actually watched, but my girlfriend has, and she tells me that despite not all the characters being stereotypically lesbian, and the ones who are lesbian have much more depth to them, the show does still deal with homosexual matters. I'm not saying that fiction that shows homosexuality in a good light is bad. I'm sure there are pieces of fiction out there that I just don't know about which show homosexuality and the struggles of being gay in such an amazing light, and shows gays as more than just a man with a lisp and a mince, which is quite frankly amazing. It's also pretty amazing I remembered all that in one shot. Don't get me wrong, a good depiction of homosexuality in fiction is amazing, but what's equally amazing in my eyes is no depiction of homosexuality. And I don't mean there not being any gay characters at all. I mean there being a gay character, but that not being their main trait, and them being known as so much more than just the gay character. Welcome to Night Vale does this in a way I haven't seen, read or heard in any other fiction. Now I suppose the final question is, why? Why have a gay character and not make any mention of it? Well, there probably is no reason. So for this bit, I'm going to have to go into English teacher mode and analyse the work of fiction in ways it was never meant to, and find things the creator had no intention of putting there. Night Vale is a weird place, and outsiders of the town find the things that happen there weird. From five-headed dragons running for mayor, to a black hole opening up in the food court. These are things that don't happen in our world, but in Night Vale, no one bats an eye. And what else happens in Night Vale no one bats an eye to, but in our world would mention? Cecil's sexuality. Perhaps Cecil's sexuality is a statement from the creators of the podcast that despite this being a town where the paranormal happens on a daily basis, they can see homosexuality and not judge it in any way, shape or form, positive or negative. Being gay in Night Vale is just normal, like any other normal relationship. Why can't it just be normal here? That's all from me, but what about you guys? Are you a fan of Night Vale? What are some other great representations of homosexuality in fictional media? Leave your answers, comments and anything else just down below. This channel is just as much yours as it is mine. And of course guys, this is all just personal opinion from my head. I'm not saying it's right and everything else is wrong. It's just one of my theories or ideas or whatever you want to call them. If you think that's wrong, that's fine. Tell me down below. You're allowed to think I'm wrong. And also, I'm aware that this video did deal with quite a touchy subject of homosexuality, and I tried all my best to not be offensive or say anything too rude or out of line, because I'm not a homophobic. I have no intentions of being a homophobic or anything. But if you are gay and if this video did offend you with something I said, then I really do apologise. That was not the intention in any way, shape or form, and please tell me if you did and I'll slap myself on the wrist and make myself better next time. But if this video didn't offend you and you would like to see more from me and my face and my videos, which I can't think of anything fun to say about them, I usually do. If this is your first video, watch the old ones, you'll see the funny things I sometimes say about things. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, that'd be cool of you. That's all for today, Internauts, but always remember to stay open. Good night, Night Vale. Good night.